Hi, it's Daniela from Daniela's Dogs, Porthleven here. Just come on to introduce myself to people that haven't heard of me yet and to say hello to everybody that has heard of me but hasn't seen me for absolute ages. I know it's been an absolute minute since I've been on here, and one minute I was in one area and the next minute I was gone. And I relocated in August of last year, and since then I've been pretty quiet on here where lots of things have been happening behind the scenes. I actually had 2 hours notice to move, which is a very, very long story, but it's proved, playing catch-up's proved quite difficult. But nonetheless, I am able to start taking bookings for dog grooming now at Porthleven. We're going to be based in the Harbour gift shop, which is in the main harbour. So massive thank you to Tony and Cathy, the owners of Harbour Gifts, who I'm really looking forward to working alongside. So as you walk into their shop, the gift shop, you will see to the right hand side a retail area, Daniela's Dogs retail area. You'll be seeing different brands in there, also Pink Poodle Venice brand, which is going to be introducing products over the coming year. It's going to be quite interesting. There's going to be some interesting things in there. As some of you are aware, you would have seen when Pet Teaser launched their brush many years ago now. I worked with them for their launch and over the years, and I'm very well knowledged on their non-metal brushes. So I will be retailing them from the shop, and that'd be quite interesting for you to come in and have a look. I've got tester brushes there that you can use on your own dogs, show you how to brush your dog, so it helps you get those knots out at home. It's also very good for shedding dogs, people that think they don't need their dogs groomed because they've got short fur dogs. It's a myth. You do need grooming. You might not be used to going to a groomer and having a professional shed, but there are brushes that you can buy that you can use at home that aren't dangerous. They're not metal, so we can take you through them. Got some other exciting things, got some really nice luxury treats in there, lots of interesting things happening. Could be doing a lot of Facebook lives, that kind of thing, interaction, lots of exciting things. And of course the dog grooming. The dog grooming is going to be one-to-one. It's that personalised service from me, which I prefer to do. So it's not going to be like a commercialised conveyor belt feel, even though it is based in a shop now. So it will be limited availability and by appointment only. So you do need to get in touch if you want dog grooming, so you won't be disappointed. I'm in the middle of updating my website at the moment. Just before COVID hit, or when COVID hit, where are we now? Was it March 2020? I'm losing track of time. So in the June of that year, the company that hosts the website, like I built a website, the company that host it, who kind of look after your domain name and who have the website, you know, on their feed, they unfortunately closed down, which meant you had to transport your website. But the company I was using, it's quite a basic company, quite an affordable platform. Unfortunately, because of that, I wasn't able to transfer my content over to a new platform. So I've got a new platform which is live at the moment, but it's under construction, and there's like 13 years worth of work on there that I have to sit down and enter into the system at some point. So the prices will be on there now. The branding needs updating. Obviously we had a brand relaunch, which has been modernised, so it's got a complete fresh new look. So the website will continue to be updated as and when I can get to it. So you're missing loads of information at the moment. You're missing the information about me, the fact that I'm a advanced qualified City and Guilds dog groomer, all about what I've done, just things like the before and after photos, the stuff that you're interested in seeing and learning about. Do you want to jump down? Yeah, all the stuff that's going to be interesting to you, and obviously on the media side as well, for the dog modelling, all the projects that we've worked with, things like Chanel, Tatler magazine, adverts, Virgin Media, O2, the people that we've worked with, celebrities, Simon Cowell, Alan Carr, Danny Dyer, all the Towie people, etc, etc, you know, things that we did with like Caesar Milan, you know, that none of it's on there at the moment. And it's just quite interesting. It's a brand that's been built for a long time, and it's stuff that's just not on the website at the moment. So that stuff will, as new stuff's happening, I'll put that on, and I will be backdating and getting the old stuff back on, so we can get back to where we were with the website. But the prices have been updated. Prices is always a thing that people are talking about at the moment. I'm going to come back on and talk about prices actually on a separate where maybe we do a live or something. I'm very into interaction and getting people's points of view and stuff, but pricing is quite a controversial thing across the board really with people in the service industry at the moment, and knowing their worth and explaining where the price point is and why it's there and stuff. So it's quite an interesting conversation that I'm going to come back and have at some point. So I just wanted to literally just come on to say that I am open now. I'm really excited. It's going to be a really great year. I've got lots of exciting things coming up for you, and I just wanted to thank a few people for helping me set up. It's been quite a lot of work involved actually, and I've taken a lot of pride in using local people, local services, local companies to help me set up, and I have to say that they've been absolutely amazing. I highly recommend them. So you starting off with getting there, so that was Chaz Blackfords from Blackford's removal company, who local people will be aware of. They'll know who Chaz is. But if you haven't heard of Blackford's removals, no matter where you're located, you have to get in touch with Chaz. He's absolutely amazing, great service. He does all kinds of things. He literally got me out of trouble at very, very short notice, had 2 hours to move here, couldn't book relocation vans or anything, had to literally empty a house in a matter of hours. I'd been awake like 72 hours. It's a very long story, the relocation. And I'll come back and talk about that at some point when we're doing interaction lives or something, when we're swapping stories. But yeah, it was like a transit van and my mother's garden with a whole house and a whole salon emptied into it. And Chaz jumped to the rescue at very short notice and helped out with that removal. But he also, at very short notice, helped me take all the heavy equipment into the salon before it was updated and upgraded. So I got a very heavy dog bath. It actually holds the weight of a horse. So I had that bespoke made, that dog bath. And a really heavy hydraulic table. So yeah, he was absolutely amazing. Just the things that he did. I would just say that if you need anything moved from A to B, give Chaz a call. I know he's a have we finished barking? Have we finished barking? We have. I know Chaz is a specialist in removing pianos as well from all over the country. So don't just think, oh, local removal guy. It's not about that. Seriously, if you need anything moved from A to B, whether it's on a lorry, whether it's one object, no matter what it is, no matter how big or small the job is, I cannot recommend Chaz's firm enough. And the guys that work for him, very professional, really friendly, really lovely to work with, no job too big or small. So that's Chaz. So thank you for helping me get my stuff into the salon, Chaz. And then of course Pete Wade from Southwest Plumbing and Heating, and local people again will have heard of Pete Wade, but he's really great plumber, and he came at very short notice and plumbed in the bath and also the bits that the plumber needs to do for the shower. He actually did some extra stuff while he was at it as well, because he's just very helpful and very good at what he does. But I actually am going to nab him for some work in the house as well. He's real kind of old school knowledge and everything. He's a really good plumber. I actually got a recommendation for boiler work from one of his colleagues as well, and I've used him. But Pete Wade's a great one to get in touch with for all things plumbing. Can't recommend him enough, and just really nice to work with. And then Tom Barden from TMB Electrical. So he did a massive job of new consumer unit, because I needed all the electrics upgraded, and he's put in a really nice power bar, which is at head height. It was above head height, so there's no wires on the floor. It's, you know, when you're dealing with animals and water, often you're going to get water all over the floor, and you know, animals, dogs, they can chew wires and stuff, so there's no wires on the floor, there's no electrical at floor level, it's all at head level. So we had to upgrade the main consumer board, put a sub unit in, and put an independent circuits for to have enough power to load the shower. And obviously he fitted the shower and all the other equipment that goes into the to the grooming. And you'd be surprised, actually, you'd be surprised what's involved. So Tom Barden's been amazing. He did quite a lot of work in there, and again, it was, you know, a lot of it was fitting it in around circumstances and stuff. So, you know, he's worked really hard, and I can't recommend him enough. And he's really thorough what he does. He's very clear on what he's going to be doing, on the explaining what he's going to be doing. And you know, if you're not a qualified electrician yourself, you're having a conversation with somebody quite technical, and the conversation just flows very easy. You can understand what he's doing, why he's doing it. He explains things very well. And yeah, I'd recommend him for commercial work, and I'd also recommend him in the home as well. And very nice to work with as well, very professional. So that was Tom Barden, thank you, Tom. And then of course Michael Plant. So Michael is a carpenter, and by the way, I'm going to put everybody's details, I'm going to write their details down and their company names down, attach it to this post as well, because I really highly recommend all their services. So Michael Plant, carpenter, and I'll put his company name down as well. He has created the counter in the Harbourview gift shop for me. So you go in the Harbourview gift shop, and then you go to the right, and then you'll see my retail area, Daniela's Dogs retail area. And Michael created the counter that you'll see to the right. And then also we've got 4-foot security doors for the dog. So instead of, like, you might see, I don't know, like baby gates or barriers, that kind of thing, these have been designed at a good height, so the doors can't be tampered with. So, and the locks on them, and the way that the doors open, it's all been done based on what an insurance company would like to see for safety for the dog, so dogs can't escape, humans can't breach security, that kind of thing. So it's done from a safety point of view, but he's made it in a way where it looks really pretty to look at. So it's not like cagey or anything like that. It looks really nice, it looks really fresh, it looks nice and open. It's hard to explain, you'll have to see it, but it looks lovely. So he did a lot of the security doors from the retail area into the salon area, and he did the counter. And what I'd say is he's clearly an experienced carpenter, and everything came in perfect. So a lot of it was, I think it was all made actually off premises and then brought in. But that was just half the job. It's all well and good having someone make you something that looks absolutely amazing and looks perfect, but then he has to install it onto a floor that's just wonky and a very old building, where the walls are wonky as well. And so there comes the hard work, I guess. Not that I'm saying the rest wasn't hard work, but he made it look absolutely easy. And I know it wasn't an easy job. I know it was an absolute pig of a job, but you wouldn't know that the things that he's done. You wouldn't know that the things he's had to attach it to secure it to. You wouldn't know the walls were wonky or the floors wonky or anything. Nothing looks out of place. Everything looks seamless. Everything looks very simple, very easy. It looks like the job was a doddle. And it just completely wasn't a doddle. You have to be very highly skilled, one, to make these things that he's made, but also to install them. I can't even say that enough. The installation was a big job, and it just looks amazing. It really does. Everybody that sees it absolutely loves it. So I recommend his services as a carpenter. He does all kinds of things, whether it's small or large jobs, you know, anything to do with wood, you know, just doesn't matter what you want, just give him a call. And he also owns the Twisted Current, and has done a lot of work in there as well, which is actually where I saw his work. And his daughter recommended him to me. So yeah, I was really pleased with his service. He's done an absolute amazing job, so I can't recommend him enough as well, whether it's commercial or whether it's in your home as well. And then we've got Richard and the team from RH Signs. So had some really nice signs made, and many other things as well. I'm actually got ongoing work with RH Signs at the moment, and I haven't got any favourites. Chloe, no, I really don't have any favourites there. Chloe, that's not fair for me to say that actually, because they're all amazing there. But Chloe has done a lot of my designs for me. And I'm really fussy when it comes to marketing. I'm quite hands-on and a bit of a control freak with that kind of thing. So you know, to work with someone that's just got a real eye for design. Chloe's very good at that. Apparently a lot of people go to RH Signs, they might, I don't know, want their van done or something, sign writing, that kind of thing, and they know what they want to say, but they don't have a vision of what something wants to look like. And Chloe's the one to go to, where she just absolutely nails it and makes things look amazing. I gave her my business cards. Actually, when you see my business cards, that's Chloe's design. And I gave her a lot of information and told her to squeeze it onto one card, but I like a minimalistic look. Don't know how she did it, but somehow she's absolutely nailed it. Love my business cards from her. But as far as the signs go, so the guys that came to install it, I suppose when you've got your own business, you look into more detail of what people do rather than just hiring someone to get a job. And I would say from start to finish, they've just been amazing to work with. Really lovely team, family run business, right laugh, right down to earth, local business, very well established, very well experienced. But the attention to detail with the guys that do the installation, with even things like, I'm not a sign maker, you know, don't think I've had signs made before, external signs, that kind of thing. So I don't know what to ask for. I'm relying on them to tell me what to do. And that's exactly what they do. You're in their hands and they literally just cover everything you need. They think of everything. You don't have to know what you're doing in order to hire them. And it can be the simple things that are so important, like the types of screws that they use to screw in the signs to the outside, which the signs are constantly battered by seawater and you know, from the air, from the sea spray. Not that the water's coming over and hitting it, but I mean like the rain, you know, very salty rain, and you know, if the wind is picking up from the sea, it's stuff you don't even see in the atmosphere. It could just be in the atmosphere, but there's a high salt content which can rust nails and make signs look awful, where you've got the drip marks down. Well, they just don't use these metal screws. I don't know what they're made out of, but they look plastic, but they're strong enough to hold onto the wall. I mean, these signs just aren't moving at all. The quality of the signs themselves are just amazing. And it's just attention to detail like that, where you've got such a professional, well thought out service, the way they hang things. So I don't know, if they're hanging something by a door, they'll make sure you don't catch the sign as you're moving. Just, you know, it's the small things that end up being big problems if someone hasn't done a job and really thought it out. But again, no job too big or too small. I think I've asked all the service providers, the local service providers I've hired. I think I've asked them all to do something that they don't usually do. And Richard RH Signs, there was one thing that I did ask for, which was to make a sign with no sign. But that's a long story. But he did it, and you know, no matter what I've asked, they've just done it. They've just delivered and done everything, and they've done it well, and everything looks amazing. That I relaunched with my branding, so it's completely new look. So people that would have used me before would have known that we were kind of a bit leopard print and magenta pink, but now we've upgraded and we've modernized and we've gone more kind of like a Tiffany blue and baby pink and white. So the Tiffany blue is quite predominant. It's that kind of awkward color that doesn't look green or it doesn't look blue. And what I've found is when it comes off a printer, it's absolutely horrendous. And so Chloe did a lot of work with that, and the guys at RH Signs were really helpful. I was being really particular about that, and they had to do a lot of faffing to keep me happy, and it was just no problem. One, it was no problem. They were really lovely to work with, and two, they did it. They just managed to produce something that just wasn't easy, that just wasn't coming out of printers how it was meant to come out. So I would say it's not just a case of, oh yeah, I hired a print company, I made a sign. There was much more involved than that, and that's been the same with every service provider that I've gone to. There's been a story, a big long story that's involved, or something's been a bit awkward, or someone's had to do something extra or something. So I just wanted to sort of big shout out to all the service providers and just thank them so much for what they've done. And I'm really happy to show off their work. I think they should be proud of what they've done. They've made it look amazing. Everybody that's seen their work has said how amazing it looks. And the Daniela's dog's Porthleven now looks amazing, and it's down to the service providers that have created that. So thank you so much. We'll put all your details down at the bottom or the top, depending on what platform this is loading on. And then of course Tony and Cathy from Harbour Gifts. So I'm really looking forward to working alongside them. I mean, I've known them a lot longer than what I think we all realise now. I've known them a long time. And I just feel like an extended member of the family, really. Really lovely to work with, professionally and on a personal level. I really love what they do in their shop. And their shop is really interesting for those of you that don't know Harbour Gifts. It's not just a case of going in and seeing something nice and pretty, you like it, you buy it. It's not like, there's always a story behind something. So Tony, the owner, will know everything about what he's selling. He'll know who the artist or crafts lady is, and the story behind something. Even something the other day, I walk in all the time. I'm like a sort of I follow him around like a dog at the moment, asking him questions constantly and watching and listening. He's got like a lot of experience, many decades. I shouldn't show his age, many decades of experience of running a shop, and the knowledge that he's got in what he does. So Tony's I call him a glass artist. I think he thinks of himself more of a craftsman, I don't know. But he is an artist in the fact that he's a producer, he's a creator, and he's really good with glass. He did stained glass all his life, really intricate stained glass, like church windows, that kind of thing. And now he makes some really interesting things in the shop. So you'll see some of his work. He has a workshop there. And he just knows everything there is to know about glass, really. I went in there the other day and I saw some bowls that had been made. I said, where have they come from? They're really interesting. What are these? What will you do with them? I just wanted to ask a question about something that just looked amazing in there. And it was a lady, a local person that creates things, I call it a bowl. I don't know, you know, what you would call it. Don't know if you would use it as an ornament or you would put things in it. It's down to personal preference, but it's very hard to explain this without showing you. But it's actually a beautiful, beautiful piece. And in the bottom, it just looked really amazing. And he said, oh, this lady comes in and she gets my scrap glass and she makes things from that. So the bottom of it was actually just tiny pieces of glass that Tony wouldn't use on his own products where he's finished with. So it's like zero waste. So it's all stuff like that. Right from wood that's come from Bali, glass artist that comes from Falmouth that comes in and does some interesting stuff. There's people that make different things, different cards and stuff like that. There's a story to everything, driftwood clocks and things. I'm learning so much about the different things and the way they've been made, and the stories that go behind what the things that are being sold in the shop, you know. So Tony, if you like a piece in there, Tony will be able to tell you where it's come from, who's made it, tell you about the person that's made it, and tell you the story, the history. It's very you know, it's very interesting to listen to. So yeah, they're great, great team to be working with. Love them to bits, and just hope I do them proud by looking after their customers as well. It's their customers that are coming in that are going to be seeing me. Yeah, I'm just very thankful to Tony and Cathy for trusting me with their customers and with that section of the shop for them, with the grooming and the dog retail. So thank you to Tony and Cathy. And yeah, I guess just get in touch now, and I will speak to you soon. I'll come back on a separate, maybe a live or pre-record about different subjects. So I know some people are going to want help with how to brush your dog at home, that kind of thing. If you come into the shop, I will be selling the pet teaser brushes, and I will have testers there so you can test them on your dog and find the right one for you. Obviously I've got a lot of knowledge on those, where I was working with that brand for a long time for their launch, and got lots of other nice things in the shop as well, luxury treats, that kind of thing. Definitely, if your dog is into being spoilt with luxury treats, come in.